Welcome to episode 12 of Light on Leeds. Our guests this week are Jim and Jessie of Blue Kubricks, who tell us how they came to be in Leeds, how they write songs, their search for a drummer until they realised they already had the perfect drummer in Jessie, Jim's Narnia-like jazz experience, which may or may not have actually happened, and Jessie struggles to tell us a Leeds hidden gem. So welcome to Light on Leeds. This is episode 12. This week we've got the Blue Kubricks. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Thanks for coming out on this awful November cold rainy night. So can you just introduce yourselves?
My name's Jessie Dewar. Play the drums for the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Jim, play the guitar and I do a bit of singing.
Just a bit of singing?
Just a bit of singing with the vocal cords, yeah.
So, obviously from your accents I can deduce that you're not from Leeds.
No, I live in Burley.
Right, you're there but you're not from Leeds.
Yeah, I'm not from Leeds.
So where are your accents from then?
So we're from Suffolk.
Right.
Well, yeah, so we're the most recent place is Suffolk.
Bit all over the place.
You've been all over, yeah. Globetrotters to some extent.
Bit of Essex in there.
A bit of Essex in there as well?
Yep.
Yeah. So how did you end up in Leeds?
So we were living in, so we grew up in, so we were living in Suffolk and then decided that we wanted to move the band. So we were doing quite well down south, we wanted to go to a big city, and then we went to Manchester. We were in Manchester, it was alright, but we wanted something a bit more, it was a bit much.
Right.
Is what Manchester was.
Yeah.
But then we thought, hang on, Leeds looks beautiful, and then Jessie got a university place in Leeds, so we decided to.
Oh, excellent. And are you still at university now, Jessie?
Yeah, but I dropped out of that course.
Oh, just wasn't for you?
Yeah, well, music production, just not what I expected it to be.
Right, just wasn't the same things that you were wanting to learn and get out of it.
Yeah, but I got what I wanted out of the course. We got some recording and met some people.
That's the main thing.
But now they put like the grime artists.
Yeah, a lot of that
shit in there.
Yeah, kind of geared towards electronic music.
Oh, really?
Show up with a guitar and they'd be like, you put that down, mate.
You're not going to need that.
Yeah.
Oh, right, so I suppose this leads on to me asking you really, what would you say your style is, Blue Kubricks? What sort of style influences, how would you describe yourself?
It sort of comes in phases. So I guess when we started doing music, the stuff that we were influenced by was sort of Chili Peppers, I don't know, bands like that, bit like that, and then the songwriters changed. So when we moved up to Manchester, we started getting into Oasis, Stone Roses, so it sort of followed that suit, but it's forever changing, I guess.
What I mean is, like, personally, I don't know, it's like, I like sort of the whole good songwriting, Beatles-esque. I don't really give a shit about the sort of style of music, so we do anything and everything. There's not like, okay, this is a Blue Kubrick sound. It's more like, if it's a good song, it's a good song. Yeah. And the fact that me and Jessie both write as well, so we write very differently. Right. As well, so that's...
So if you've written a song that one of you's written, it'll just be completely written by that person, or do you sometimes work together? How does it work?
No, because I'm not great at finishing songs. So I come in with a chorus and a bit of a verse, and then I'll be like, I don't really know where to go with it, and I'll let it sit for quite a while, and then I'll be like, it needs to go somewhere because there's a lot of promise. So I'll sit down with James and finish it off, and yeah, and
that's how it works.
And then if James needs something chipping into,
I think more like rhythm. So Jessie's more rhythmically, I'm more of a songwriter, and Jessie's more like, we're a songwriter, obviously, but that rhythmic side of it. So it feels sometimes dishonest saying, "Oh yeah, I wrote this song."
Oh right, because you've always both had an input.
Yeah. It's a completely different song. It's something that's sat in your bedroom writing, and then when you sit down with Jessie, and this is just something completely different. So, yeah.
How long have you been together as Blue Kubricks?
So we started off. When I started playing guitar when I was 6, and then I started my first band called Network of Love.
That's a great name.
Yeah, when I was 14, and we used to play my songs. We did a Plug-in Baby covers, like Muse covers. Plug-in Baby was our main one. But so we finished when I was 14. The band broke up, and then me and Jessie started playing together. When was that? 16, 17, something like that.
Yeah, young.
Yeah, and then my uncle, sort of, when I was writing songs, he sort of believed in the projects. Well, when I went to Finland, we were talking about that 6 weeks we would spend in Finland.
Yeah.
So he had a basement downstairs where we would write songs, and we wrote a song called Going South. And at that point, this really fucking beautiful song, even now I can sit down and go, that's one of the best songs that I've written, that we sat down together and wrote. And so then he said, so I started sixth form, and he said, move to Finland, let's make this, let's do something with it. So 17, and so we signed to a label when I was 17, and I quit sixth form, and I moved to Finland, and we recorded a whole album in Finland. So we did the whole album, we were playing, touring, that sort of thing in Finland, but then the band broke up, and to this day I haven't really spoken to my uncle properly about
really?
anything. So we've had a big falling out. In terms of the whole family, it was a big
that's
falling
awful.
out. Yeah, he's a cunt. That's it. But yeah. So that was that, and then when I came back, then me and Jesse started playing properly together. We were playing gigs and all sorts. But then I had to go to the military in Finland. You have to go to the military, so I left. Yeah, I left and did a year there. And then Jesse started playing with Vanilla, who's the guitarist. And then when I moved back, I didn't really play guitar properly for a year. So I had all these things to write about, all these things. And then when we came back, then I wrote all these songs, and then that's when Blue Kubricks properly started.
And is the name to do with the director?
With Blue Kubricks, yeah. So we wanted to be called the Kubricks. I remember we wanted to get a band name, and I wanted to be called the Kubricks. But there's already a band called the Kubricks. So I did a little bit of research, and Stanley Kubrick did a porno called Blue. It was one of the first things he ever shot. So
right.
Blue Kubricks, that's what.
Yeah, very good. Has anybody ever totally got the reference straight away?
No, people say it's a cool name. I mean, it rolls off the tongue. Blue Kubricks quite well, but yeah.
Yeah, you remember it. It's very memorable.
Yeah.
So, can you explain a little bit about the Finland connection then? So, were you born in Finland?
We were.
Yeah, mum's Finnish. My dad moved from Ghana and did his law school in Finland, I think, and then met my mum, then had us. So our other brother Jason, who's between us, and we were born in Finland, raised there. Then we moved to Wales. Then we lived in Wales for a couple of years. Then from Wales to London, London to Essex, Essex to Suffolk, and then
Suffolk to Leeds.
Suffolk. Well, yeah, Suffolk to Manchester. Leeds.
To Manchester, yeah. We'll just forget the Manchester.
We'll just forget that. Actually, yeah.
Wrong side of the pen line.
That's it, yeah.
So how old were you when you left Finland then? Do you remember living there?
I don't, because I was between Wales and Finland up until the age of 3, then moved to England, but so I don't really remember all that much. But I remember London before that. Yeah, nothing.
And do you remember it all?
Yeah, I remember bits.
Yeah.
I remember bits, yeah.
It must seem like a completely different world, I imagine, to living in the UK.
Oh yeah, Finland is it's where we're born, but it's not. I would never. Let's just say I'd never live in Finland.
You'd never lived there.
Never ever lived there.
No, but it was nice to visit when you used to go for summers and.
Yeah, it still feels like home. I don't know how Jesse feels about it, but for me, when I go there, it feels like home for the first week, and then when you spend too much time with Finnish people, it's just.
I'll take your word for that.
Yeah.
So now with Blue Kubricks in Leeds, how are you getting on? What's going on with you now? Like gigging, and what sort of places do you play?
We did sort of our magnum opus in Leeds. We did the O2. That was this year. That was big for us.
Yeah.
And we're doing all sorts now. We're just sort of. So when we first came in, we wanted a band. We wanted so. Just going to play the bass and we play the guitar. We're going to find a drummer. So we wasted a lot of time with sort of substandard players to be able to bring it together so that we could just play gigs.
And also drummers are flaky.
Yeah.
Everybody's pointing at the engineer Will at this point.
I'm supposed to keep still, but I can't on the drummer comment. No, you're right, we're all total flakes.
Well, you want a drummer with good timing, but in no aspect do they have good timing.
Yeah. I think we just trying to find a drummer that got it and stuck around, and it was like, I knew how to play drums, so I was like, I'll give it a go. I know the songs. So every single time we get a drummer in, I have to show them the drum stuff, and it was like, have we ever thought about getting a bass player in? And then just focusing on drums. No, let's give it a go.
Because it was always, we'd have drummers in, but they'd always be the second best drummer in the band.
Right.
So you just think, well, why
second best drummer in the band.
Why doesn't Jesse just do it anyway? So it took a long time to sort of put those two things together. But
yeah.
So now we went to the studio and I was like, well, we don't fucking want anyone else. Let's just do it as is. So
And all the stuff that we recorded anyway, I was playing drums. Even before we even thought about getting a drummer in.
It's mad that you've never put those two things together.
we just had the idea that okay, well, you're the bass player, I'm the lead singer, that's how it
It
is.
took, 3 years to figure that out?
You had it all out at your fingertips, you just didn't know.
Yeah.
So how easy is it to find gigs in Leeds? How do you find that?
We do quite well.
In terms of bandman, I can't. In terms of emailing, I'm pretty terrible at it. I don't know how. I've tried, but I think James is much better at it.
It's like sourcing gigs and things like that.
You spend a long time sending emails. After a certain while, you know how to send emails and stuff.
Yeah.
So we didn't have any gigs set up last week, and now we have I think 7.
Wow.
So it's just like you know people. You start when you start doing gigs. It's like you know where they're based and which the good gigs are. And, which to say. And now we can afford to say no to gigs, which we.
That must be a nice position to be in.
It's a nice position. Like, well, actually, I'm not going to slag any venues off, but there's some god awful venues in Leeds.
Yeah.
But there are some amazing venues as well. So we're doing a Porto on the 28th. That's a really good venue. A Porto's 23rd birthday.
Right.
So we're doing some.
It's Jurassic Park themed, isn't it?
Jurassic Park theme?
Yeah.
Not Jurassic 5, Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wow. You're not going to be dressed as dinosaurs then?
It'd be pretty hard to play drums in a dinosaur.
Especially like a
As a
Tyrannosaurus like suit.
Little arms.
You need to put the snare really high up.
Would look great though. So when is that gig? The 23rd birthday?
28th, and then we're playing Salford on the 29th. Is that right?
Salford Winterfest, yeah.
Oh, well, I'll do a shout out to my friend Claire, who's from Salford, who listens to the podcast because she's always telling me how amazing Salford is.
It's a pretty up and coming Christmas thing. I think we've been doing it for the past 2 years or something. Good attendance last year, so I think it's.
You did it last year, did you?
No, I found out about it this year.
Right, and it's like a Christmas festival sort of thing.
Yeah.
Is it Christmas? I thought it was like a winter festival thing.
Winter, well,
Yeah, I
we'll probably
think
say
winter-
that. Not
yeah,
to
it's
offend
probably
anyone.
I think it's like winter festival.
Yeah.
Thing. But that's actually really cool. Yeah, the attendance. The attendance last year was really, really good.
Oh, that's great. That's what you want. You want to know you're going to be playing to a decent audience.
Oh yeah. So if it's a winter festival, so it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
It will be, so.
Yeah, you need something to keep you warm. Is that all outside then?
It's because they have a few different venues across Salford that they're doing it. I think I think we might be playing another one, but she hasn't announced it yet. But we're playing at a cricket club.
Oh, right.
Cricket club.
Playing at a cricket club.
The cricket club.
The cricket.
Well, it might be. I don't know.
If it's the cricket club, Radiohead played there.
That'll be a good thing to be putting on your
Yeah.
all your media and stuff.
Radiohead got to play with us.
Yeah.
They can put that on their Wikipedia page.
So, are you currently at university now?
Yeah, I'm in uni. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you studying?
I'm doing a law degree.
Right. Wow. Amazing. Is that not quite hard to fit in with everything else that you've got to do then?
No, this is like the general where people think that obviously, yeah, a law degree it's difficult, obviously, but if you split your time up properly, if you give yourself structure in your life, I'm not like realistically. I love playing the guitar, but I'm not going to play more than 6 hours of guitar a day.
Yeah.
So it's like I can fit a law degree, and if I do 6 hours at university, I've still got 8 hours of playing guitar to do. It's like one of those I did the whole working. So I did bar. I've done all sorts of work. I've had over 30 jobs in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, because I do them and then I last 2 weeks because obviously we've got a rehearsal, so I quit.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I did that for a while, but when you're doing a degree, you have there's a lot more autonomy where you can. I know I'm never going to have a lecture at 7 p.m.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean? They're always going to be in the morning. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of me getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
Which is just discipline.
Yeah.
So if you give yourself that discipline, then it's not difficult at all. I've been
Yeah.
able to balance everything fine. I've
That's
been
great.
even more productive now than I was when my writing's gone. I've been writing just constantly because you're regimented. You have things to do. I feel like my brain feels better. You know, when you're doing the whole working constantly, doing night shifts, and I used to work at a casino, so I was doing night shifts and bar work and all that. That's detrimental to music.
Yeah.
But if you're doing where you're working towards something, so
Yeah.
okay, by 3 years, if by some miracle the music hasn't made it, we'll have a law degree. So at that point, I'm going to be able to get an office job, whereby every day I finish at 5 o'clock.
And you'll still be able to play music.
And I'll still be able to play music because I'll never put my legal studies ahead of music. That's never going to happen. I know who I am.
Yeah.
So it's just. But yeah, I people always say, "Oh, how'd you do the tubers?" I don't have a television. I don't watch Netflix. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't do any of that. I don't know what's going on. I just, when I finish law, done. I go home and I play the guitar.
Yeah,
and I write and I go to rehearsals and.
Yeah, that's a good way to work it.
Yeah.
So, do you have a particular type of law that you'd be interested in doing?
No, the law. I don't really give a shit. I find it quite hard to give a shit if I think about the music too much when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But I look at it, I'm going, okay, this is a job.
Yeah, and it's like a backstop as well, isn't it, I suppose?
But just like, I have to do this shit now, so I'm just going to concentrate for a bit.
Yeah.
And then when I don't want to concentrate, then I won't.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
So have you got any other stuff going on at the moment? Are you in the middle of recording, or where are you at? Because you've got an album out anyway, haven't you, on iTunes?
We've got an EP up with that.
An EP out.
That was 4 years ago.
Really?
So we
Fledgling musicians.
Yeah, we've been. That's the one thing we've been pretty. Not very good at getting material out. We're very. I don't know.
Choosy.
Very choosy. It's like for instance, if I write a song, I want to play that song for a long time, so that we know, because it always changes. We have a song called Peppermint Stew that we started on. When did we start playing? 3 years ago, and it's a completely different song now. But if we had recorded it a year into it, it wouldn't have progressed to the point that it is now.
Yeah, but there's a point with that, isn't there? Like, obviously, because I've known quite a few musicians, and there's a point where, like, at what point do you say enough and it's ready to go out? That's like a hard call to make, isn't it?
That totally depends on who you are as a person as well, what you think is what you deem to be finished, isn't it?
I suppose so, yeah.
I mean, I started an album in 2005 in Liverpool and finished it in 2015.
It's a good album.
Took 10 years to do.
What's Picasso said?
To get that drum take.
Couldn't get the time.
It wouldn't turn up at all.
It was boom, but just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. It took me 10 years to learn.
And as Picasso said, the most difficult stroke is the final. So it's one of those. It's like, and I know it's like the songs that we write now. I want them to last forever, and I want them to. I want to be proud that these will last forever.
Yeah,
so
I can see what you mean, because they mean so much to you. You really want to make sure that they're bang on before you do anything with them. But
we've done it now. Yesterday I came back. The mastering is done now. We've got 2 songs that we've done. Well, 3, but 2 that we've had mastered and now ready to go.
Yeah,
and we did live versions of. We did a live version of one of the songs, so they're like ready to go.
Right. And are you waiting until you've got like a collection of a certain amount then before you release them, or?
No, we're just going to release. So I think now, we're going to schedule it because we had it mastered. I want to come with fresh ears, so I'm going to give it till tomorrow and then turn it over. Then we're going to listen to it, and then we're going to set it for a month. Okay, in a month now, then we're going to release the first single. 2 weeks later, the second one.
That's a good way to do it.
And then also we're in the studio now as well. We're recording quite a few songs now at Leeds College of Music. So.
Nice, Leeds College of Music. That's where it will went.
My old haunt. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So at Leeds College of Music, are you able to sort of, do you have to pay for your time there, or do you get like a bit of a discount, or how does that work?
No, Richard, the bass player, he knows people on production courses and stuff, and they're always wanting bands to come in so they can just get out, for what assignments or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So there are always people about wanting to record you.
That's great, isn't it? What a brilliant way to do it.
And the one of the tracks that we did, so when Jesse went to do production, our most recent single, Pleasure, on Spotify, that was done at Beckett, which is apparently not as good as.
No, they say Beckett. The stuff at Beckett's better.
As in the
studio
equipment and stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Beckett are doing loads of extra work, though, aren't they? Where they're building all that student accommodation up near Millennium Square. They've got like they're building a whole new studio suite and stuff up there, aren't they?
For who?
For Beckett.
Really?
Yeah.
Near Millennium Square?
Yeah, it's not far out, like sort of opposite the LGI. It's not far off finished now. It looks like it's going to be really good. All sorts of stuff going on there. So, we always ask our guests certain questions. The first of which, I don't mind who answers first.
Jesse can go.
Jesse first. So can you tell us something that you think is great about Leeds?
You asked me this question earlier and I was like, oh, I've been thinking and I don't have an answer.
Oh, should we?
Well, people are friendly.
That's a good one.
I don't know.
It's not like we don't know what to say. Like, we love Leeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a home away from home.
Oh, that's
in terms
nice
of you're going to go
thing
to a
say,
city, because everyone, when you talk about the north, it's like they'll point out Manchester, Sheffield, Liverpool. Until maybe 4 years ago, I just thought Leeds was just one of those little towns that have a football club that's got big.
Oh, right.
And there's not really much in Leeds. Then I came up for the first time, and I was like, this place is insane, and I'd never heard about it. And it's green. It's not too far away from. You go from Suffolk to straight, grimy, dirty Manchester, and you're a bit like, okay, or London, you're like, okay, you can see the difference. But Leeds, it's like a city inside Suffolk.
Yeah, you don't have to go very far, do you, to get to some green spaces. And it's, I mean, even in Beeston, lovely old sunny old Beeston, we've got like a huge Victorian park that goes from the bottom down here all the way to the top of the park. So you don't to the top of the town, so you don't have to go far. You know what I mean? Where you feel like you're quite far away from traffic and stuff like that. I like that about it. And what about you? What's your thing that you think is great about Leeds?
I would like that home away from home thing. It's like I've said, I've lived in loads and loads of places, but I always have that feeling of restlessness everywhere I go. It's like, okay, yeah, it's good, but
What's next? Yeah.
But Leeds has been there 2 years now, and I don't have that. It's so the people are so nice, and I think it goes to show where the people you're a product of your environment. If the people here are so nice, then
yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's just nice to. It feels. I feel like a Leedsonian.
Really,
I feel like I was. I grew up in. Not the wrong place, but I mean, I really appreciate it when I'm in Leeds. And my family are exactly the same. So they all live in Suffolk, but when they come up here, like, this is beautiful.
Oh, that's nice.
It's
It's nice to hear. Yeah, I do really like living in Leeds. We've only lived here like 15 years, but it just really does feel like home. And I feel like the city gave us a lot because we came here. I was a mature student. Jay was just small. We'll have a place at Leeds College of Music, and I just feel like the city like really helped us, and I felt like we got a lot out of it. And it was living in Beeston, it was a cheap place to have rent, and we've never moved because we just really like. I mean, it can look like quite a rough area, and it's not got the best reputation, but actually, because everybody's dead poor around here, nobody's robbing each other because they're going to the posher parts of Leeds to rob people, which is good for us. And then also, just everybody's so kind. Like in the street, everyone watches out for each other. So if you ever thought there was anybody dodgy or someone in your property or whatever, everyone's really kind and looks out for each other. And I like that about Leeds. Yeah, I think it's good. So, can you tell us something that you don't think is great about Leeds?
The weather.
Is that not just UK wide, or do you think it's particularly worse in Leeds?
No, what? I think it's Suffolk. Is it one of the driest places?
So it's a big shock
in the UK. I mean, when you come to England, you expect it to be rainy, but
you don't get your hopes up.
Leeds is
I always think that Leeds is slightly less rainier than Manchester, but I don't know if that's just my.
I think it's something. Is the Pennine something to do with that? Whether there's a low pressure in Manchester, so that there is a disparity, there is a dichotomy between them.
Yeah.
All the wind blows the clouds in from the Irish Sea.
Yeah.
And then they have to rise to get over the Pennines, and they don't.
Yeah.
They just dump all their rain on Manchester.
They just shit all over Manchester.
That's why if you ever come back from Manchester to Leeds on the M62, as soon as you get to the top where you're actually in Yorkshire, there's always a rainbow.
Yeah.
Always.
Welcome
home, Will.
Yeah.
Cheers. Nice to see you.
And what would you say was not such a great thing, Jen?
I wouldn't say there's anything bad.
Oh, actually, no, there is. The roads. The spaghetti. It's like the guy that the person that did the roads was like, that's sort of the road. So you got a handful of spaghetti and just threw it. We'll just do that.
Yeah.
All over the place. When I used to drive, and when you come here first, when you start driving, the one-way system, and you miss one turning. Okay, waste 40 minutes of my life trying to find my way back to the same spot again.
Yeah, I learnt to drive in Leeds, and I think it was a good thing to do because it feels like you should just chuck yourself right in there at the deep end. There's no point like learning to drive in some small town and then coming to Leeds because it's just not going to be the same.
Oh yeah, I couldn't imagine. I learned to drive in Ipswich where it's probably one of the easiest places to drive. And then coming up to Leeds, first driving experience properly was Manchester. I think Manchester's worse for that kind of stuff. That was
a big eye.
That was horrible.
And what would you, if I asked you to tell me about a hidden gem that even if you've lived in Leeds for a long, long time, you might not know about it? Can you tell us about one?
I mean, I got really fucked up once. Me and mate Tits, and we were walking down, and we went to a bar, Cellar Bar.
I love Cellar Bar, yeah.
Oh man, and there was a jazz night in there. I don't really like jazz. I think it's nonsense, but I went in there, and there was the jam night in there with the jazz bar was madness. I know one of the guys, the drummer, I think his name's David, and he teaches drums at Elcom. But it might have been all the substances, but when I was there, it was.
And is that something that goes on? Is it like a jazz club that goes on? Or?
See, I don't know, because I've been to Cellar Bar afterwards, and I've not seen it.
Never seen the jazz band again.
Yeah, I'm hallucinating. Just the whole thing was one big hallucination.
It was just a table quite happily enjoying their drinks, and you were like,
whoa, man,
it's just amazing.
Yeah, man. What did you have?
So it's a bit like it could well be a Narnia experience where it's only there sometimes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
What about you, Jesse? What do you think? Can you think of a hidden gem?
I went to the Otley Chevin.
Oh yeah, it's lovely there.
Yeah. I can't really. I need to have more time to think about this question.
Well, you can always WhatsApp me later and we'll edit it and be like, edit. Jesse's decided which
you
one.
could do Jesse's voice, couldn't you? Pretend.
I don't
do it.
I'll
do Jesse's voice.
That's never going to happen. So Otley Chevin is a good one though. It's a nice walk.
That wasn't a very good impression.
I wasn't trying, to be fair. So where can people get to see you if they want to hear your music? Where's the best place for them to find you?
Spotify.
Yeah.
We're on the old spot. All the bits. Spotify, Deezer, SoundCloud.
And just Blue Kubricks. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we've got some. The beautiful stuff we did at Dr. Shakamoto's.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to promote that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you totally are. Yeah. So is that all on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, you just chuck Blue Kubricks.
And all your stuff will come up.
Yeah, it will pop up.
Oh, great. Well, thanks so much for coming to talk to us, both of you, and telling us all your bits and pieces. I think we'll be having one of your songs at the end of this podcast.
Yeah, do you want one of the new ones?
Yeah, that would be great, yeah. Excellent, so everybody can have a listen to you at the end. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
In this great city, right on Leeds, we'll tell you. But wait a minute, right on Leeds.
Jim and Jesse there from Blue Kubricks. Jesse says he'll get back to us when he's decided on his Leeds hidden gem. Check out their music on Spotify and do try to get to see them live. I can't wait to hear their new stuff. And on that note, have a listen to this brand new track of theirs, Heroin. See you next time, Leeds. Over and out.
too. Oh yeah, I do. 'Cause I'm famous. 'Cause I'm famous. You put it best, you ain't